Okay. So who are we here with?
Hi, I'm Mr. Fleshman.
And I'm Miss Lee.
So what team do you go for and why do you root for them?
I root for the Sacramento Kings because I was born and raised in Sacramento.
I root for the Golden State Warriors because I was born and raised in the East Bay, Oakland.
Who is your favorite player?
I would say Fox. Was it clutch player?
Steph Curry, Klay Thompson. It's hard for me to decide between either of those two favorite players ever.
So since the series is 2-2, who do you think's gonna win?
Obviously the Kings. Obviously.
Poor Kings. Poor Kings.
We need a win.
You do need a win, but this just isn't your year. So it's going to be Warriors, either in 6 or 7. Sorry, Kings.
Have you ever met anyone on your team? And if you haven't, who would you want to meet?
I haven't met anybody on the current team, but I've met a lot of ex-Warriors, and my favorite player that I ever met, his name was Adonal Foyle. Great human being, very nice, and we talked for about 5 minutes. He asked me questions even. Isn't that cool?
I have not met anyone on the team, but if I had to meet someone on the team, I think I would choose old players like Bobby Jackson or Mike Bibby or something like that.
Good for her. She knows her Kings. I'm proud of Miss
I
Lee.
know the old Kings.
And do you guys want to make a little wager?
Oh, we've already got a wager.
So when I win, Mr. Fleshman's gonna buy me lunch.
Sorry, Miss Lee. But she's going to be buying me lunch in about maybe less than a week's time. Go Warriors!
Go Kings!
It's Angelia.
And Tayson.
This week, pop culture, we're talking about Disney.
While sports is talking about baseball.
Being highlighted this week is Mr. Stopcotty, and boxing is going to be brought up in the news section.
We had amazing weather the last couple of days.
Remember to keep up your grades up as we are reaching the end of the year.
Next week will be the first week of CAS testing. Good luck, Hawks.
Stay rad, everyone!
Hey Hawks, it's Andrew.
And Caleb, and here's your news.
2 longtime spokespeople from major networks have left their respective news stations. Tucker Carlson has left Fox News and Don Lemon moved on after 17 years at CNN.
Local beaches like Pismo and Avila are starting to fill up as the Central Coast is starting to warm up.
Over the weekend, boxing stars Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Tank Davis fought in Vegas to a sold-out crowd. The so-called fight of the decade did not disappoint. Tank led early in the fight, knocking Garcia down with a left counter in the second round, and eventually knocked him out in the 7th with a liver shot.
A new ice cream place is popping up in the old Doc Bernstein's in Arroyo Grande. The name is Rory's Ice Cream and is moving to the old location, which is a staple of the small town.
Napomo held a small Earth Day rally over Saturday. Had like some live band and stuff like that, and that was kind of just it.
And that's all the news for this week, Hawks.
Hey Hawks, and here we're back with your sports segment.
Last week there wasn't a ton of sports, so all we really have to talk about is wrestling, track, and Little League.
First, let's talk about wrestling.
Exactly a week ago, last Friday, there was a wrestling duel between Flamson and Lewis.
Girls won against Flamson 54-12 and Lewis 50-3.
And boys won against Flamson 72-42 and then Lewis 69-45.
Today, there's going to be a duel against Los Osos at home.
Make sure to come and support our team.
Next, let's talk about Little League.
The Marlins and Tigers played Saturday and the Marlins ended up winning 8-5.
Then after that, the Mets and Red Sox played and the Red Sox won 8-6.
Here are the current standings for the championship.
Marlins are at first, Mets are in second, Tigers are in third, and in last place, the Red Sox.
Today, the Cougars and Lions play at Friday Night Lights for the Majors Division.
And track has continued to have practice every single day.
Their first meet is on May 6th at AG High School.
Bye, Hawks.
And Tossie with your pop culture segment. And today we're going to talk about Disney's first ever Pride event on June 13th.
Can't wait to see what you come up with.
And on the topic of Disney, what are your top 3 favorite Disney movies, Camila?
The Princess and the Frog, Inside Out, and Rio. What about you?
Personally, I like Big Hero 6, Up, and Moana.
Okay.
So.
And in honor of giving us this week's pop culture topic, we have Mr. Stopcotty from Mr. Osterwei's room. What are your top 3 favorite Disney movies?
So my top My top Disney movie is Soul for the soundtrack. My number 2 is Alice in Wonderland, the old version, the old animated version, because of the animation. And then my 3rd is Cars 2, but only if I can enjoy a can of baked beans. Have a great week, Hawks. Ka-chow.
Introduce yourself and what do you teach?
My name is Sarah Phillips, and I teach 7th grade language skills. That's the main thing I do. Yeah.
Where did you teach before Mesa?
Before Mesa, I taught at Ariana Junior High School in San Maria. And then before that, I actually did my student teaching here with Mr. Osterbauer.
Do you teach any electives? If so, what electives do you teach?
I teach one class of 7th grade language intervention.
What made you want to become a teacher?
I think it was probably, honestly, I had a really bad teacher in 1st grade, and I just wanted to be a little bit different for other people. I wanted to try to be a better teacher.
What sports have you played?
Sports have I played? I am wildly unathletic, so none.
What do you do in your free time?
In free time, lately I've been going to the beach a lot, and I guess I do surf. Badly, but I surf. And I like to write, I like to read, I like to hang out with friends. What's your favorite about Miss Phillips class?
Miss Phillips is a kind teacher, and she's very chill, and she's a teacher that we could all talk.
What do you think about Miss Phillips class?
She lets me do whatever I want.
What's your favorite thing about Miss Phillips class?
She's a really fun teacher and lets you do whatever you want.
What do you think about Miss Phillips class?
She's pretty cool, and she sometimes gives us candy for people who win games.
Hey, Alex, this is Marley,
And Andrew.
and today we're going to talk about fast food.
So what are we talking about? Fast food.
Okay.
What about it?
Your favorite fast food place to go to?
My favorite fast food place. I feel like no one really goes to the Habit, and it's that's good food, bro. What's your favorite though?
Wendy's.
Wendy's?
It's good.
I've been there like 2 times, maybe. Alright, fine. But what's the most overrated place to get food?
Cane's.
It has to be Cane's.
Cane's.
I mean, it's so expensive.
And yeah,
How many pieces of chicken do you get? Like
like 3,
like.
for like $20.
All right, what's underrated?
I don't know. I don't really have one.
You only have one? I feel like Popeyes is a little underrated.
Never had Popeyes.
Never had Popeyes. What? Hey, next time we do this segment, we're bringing Popeyes to school. You're gonna have Popeyes, all right?
Okay, that's it. Bye.
Bye.